Right, pod, WeaponCollector here. Right, I'm a little bit late. Yeah, I've been in the shed till about 5 minutes ago. So that's why I'm fucking knackered, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully you can hear me alright. Sorry, let's just check in my microphone's the right one. Yeah. So yeah, just chat about it. Mr. Live here, are you alright, mate? How are you? Henry, you alright? Rich, you alright? Zed, you alright? I'm still going to do that video about sorry, hiccups. You know, the video choice, not video choices, the music choices. So I'm fucking knackered. The music choices, whatever, you know what I mean. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I thought there's no point if I put that video on today, it'll either stop the live stream getting shared or people won't see that and they'll just see the live stream. So I'll do it tomorrow. City of Figs, you right, mate? And Paul, you right? And Henry said, good day, stay happy. Yes. Well, if you look at the thumbnail for this video, you'll know what I've been doing. I'll show you in a minute. It's not really finished yet, but yeah, when there's some more people on, I'll show you. Sorry, I can't even talk tonight. I was just bored shitless, so I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go in the shed. So about 2 o'clock, I went in the shed. 2:30. So I've been in the shed since 2:30 at latest, I reckon. You right, Stug? How are you, mate? Dad said I'm okay, but knackered as well. Woke up at 4:30 this morning. Yeah, fuck's sake. Yeah, that ain't fucking good. Yeah, I'd be ready for bed about now if I was you. When there's a couple more people on, I'll show you what I've been doing today. But I am holding it in the thumbnail for this video. In fact, I've not really even looked at it properly yet. This is the first time I've seen it indoors. Ethan, right, mate? City of Fig said he's a 4:30 gang as well. Yeah. I don't know. I was lying this morning. It's just because I've been in the shed angle grinding and filing and hammering. I'm just tired now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm happy though. Yeah. Once it gets to 20, I'll show you what I've been doing. So yeah, I hope you're all good. I didn't watch any films today. As I said, I got up, I had a lay-in, got up, watched some YouTube's kind of stuff, did a bit of clearing up, and then started getting bored. I thought, fuck it, I'm going in the shed to either do the display case. It was originally to do the display case, but if you look there a bit further over, you can see it's still there. So that didn't get done, but that can wait anyway. So I did something else. Did I say hello, Ethan? You're right, Ethan. Tactical Pirate is to tidy your room up, young man. It's a disgrace. Quivers everywhere. That way. This is it, tidy. Tactical. You should see it after the fucking live streams. Bloody nightmare. That's the only thing with live streams. I have to tidy up my fucking room for about 10 minutes afterwards. That all gets pushed back to the side afterwards. The Pagan King. Right, mate? And he said, hey, mate, that's an awesome looking sword. Hope everything is going good for you. It is. And in a minute, when we get to 20 viewers, I'll show you. And then you lot can, I might do a poll tomorrow as well. So you lot can tell me what you reckon this thing is. Because I don't know what it is. Because when I look up gross messer, a gross messer is probably twice the length of this thing. Lang messer could be. Gross messer is just big knife. Lang messer's long knife in it. I don't know. This is certainly a fucking big knife, I'll tell you that. So it falls under the word gross messer. It could be a falchion, but like a small one. So I'll just show you. The only reason I can't handle it for too long because the varnish on the handle isn't dried properly. So this is it anyway. I can't hold it for too long because it's going to start making my fingers black again. Actually, I can hold it like that. So what the hell would you call that? I managed to, it's 2 pieces, but I've managed to get it level still. Two-handed, fuller. But yeah, I don't know what it is. What is it? What would you say it is? Okay, yeah, as I said, I can't hold it for too long, sadly, though, because really the varnish on the handle is not dry. Liam, you right? Weapon and stuff. You right, mate? He said that's a nice looking guard. Thank you. Stug was saying all very nice. Zed said that's cool. Yeah, bloody big knife, exactly. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Langmesser, possibly. Yeah, a not so gross messer. Yes, exactly. I suppose I'm assuming that's what that means. Yeah. Slingshot Warrior, you right, mate? Yes, it's hard. I don't know what you'd call that, but I'm very happy with it, in all honesty. So Slingshot Warriors on Lewis is on. He said, mean looking pig sticker you got there. I've made that today, Lewis. You reckon it's a falchion, do you? SOS Power. You're right, mate, by the way. And they're all custom. Yeah, I suppose. And a falchion is sort of, they're based on machetes anyway, which that is. I'll tell you what I'll do still, though. I'll do a poll tomorrow with Grossmesser, Langmesser, falchion, and you can all decide. I think it's a bit of a falchion with a Grossmesser guard, put it that way, potentially. I don't know, though. That's what I mean. I don't actually. Dexon, right, mate? He said, Mr. Collector, I have collapsible side handle baton. Does that does not retract? Any tips to fix it? If it's friction one, I've got a video. Yeah, you want to lay it on a hard surface and tap it with a hammer. That's the easiest way to do it. So it's upright like that. Tap the top with a hammer, just gently. Put some oil on it. I've got a video on that. Rich, you right, mate? And he said, since I've been feeling better, I tried doing some dumbbell rows for my body weight. I'm only £57 off from being in the elite class, which is good considering I've only done them 3 training sessions. No, bloody hell, Rich, that's excellent, mate. Yeah, very good. Henry said, don't forget to like the stream. Jumble Sir boosted howdy. You're right, Riggs. By the way, I did get your email. I won't say too much unless you want to talk about it. But bloody hell, did he get that stuff? Yeah, that was a fucking really good haul. That was. If they got it. Slingshot said, did you look at the links I sent you? Yes, I did, mate. Yes, 183 quid, wasn't it? Yeah, that looks very good, actually. Yeah. Yes, very nice. Slingshot, I did. Liam said 15th century Messer. Looks like it. It's the shorter ones. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. Yeah, it's I tend to do I have a habit of sort of doing like a bit of one thing and a bit of another thing. So yeah. We'll have a little poll tomorrow. We'll decide, but I'm well happy with that blade shape because it wasn't that shape before. I might make a Bowie knife that big now. But yeah, I got to watch. My hands are going black. I ain't shit on that one. But said, whatever you call it, it's cool. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Stug said, what shall you call it? I don't know. It needs a name, though, don't it? We'll find out what it is first. We'll all have a vote, see what we reckon what it is. But yeah, it could be anything, couldn't it? Small falchion, small messer. Yeah. Oh, Zed said he agrees. 15th century messer. But yeah, because the thing is, I looked at pictures, like where I got the idea for that from. I searched gross messer. Yeah. Yeah, Blackfinger. That's me. And I've got most of it off. They was bloody terrible. Liam said the Mafia remake that came out the other day is really good fun. Ever played the early 2000 Mafias? Do you know what? I don't think I've played any of the Mafias, you know. I might have played one of them. Number Turbo said, I don't know yet. I ain't been back down there since that day. So I should have taken photos, but I didn't think. I was too busy drawing that stuff. Yeah, it sounded amazing, Rig. Sorry I never replied to you. I will reply eventually, but I always know I'm going to probably see you on here and reply to you anyway. You know what I mean? But yes. Yeah, what a fucking haul. Yeah. The other, you know, the 2 things you said at the end, the things he shouldn't have had. Well, I know one of the things you can get easily, but the other thing would be quite difficult to get hold of. I'd assume. You know what I mean? The things you said that she ought to hand in. Oh, the the sword should be called Blackfinger. Nice. That's actually quite a good idea. Tactical. Dad said, "Good job you didn't use brown lacquer. Having that all over your hands could be embarrassing." Yes, I have the same issue every time I do these bloody leather sheaves. Get bloody brown fingers. Looks terrible. You did an awesome job, Mike, on the sword. I thought you'd like the Magnum paintball pistol. Yeah, it looks excellent. Slingshot looks excellent. Yeah, and it's a very realistic looking gun as well, isn't it? I like that. Richard Langmesser, it looks like, Mike. That's another thing I looked up. Liam said, "Can't remember if I said my, but got my pay sorted." Oh, nice. I think you did. Yeah, you said it was your boss not putting your hours in properly, wanting or something. Yeah, you did say. But I think when I read it was late at night, and by the time I was gonna reply, you'd sent another message. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad you got that sorted, mate. Richard, about the right length as well. Yeah, because what's this got? I think this has got. I'm going to measure it properly, but I think it's about about a 16 or 17-inch blade with a how big's the handle? With a 7.5-inch handle. So what's that? Let's say 16 and 7. So what? 23 inches. John Page, right, mate? He said the disconnector. Anything it cuts gets disconnected. Yes, nice. Things such as I was at the gym today. Nice one. Do anything, specific. Liam said some other people on payroll also got shafted. So the accountant was not happy with the boss. Zed said tactical, he wouldn't want to call the sword brown finger either. No, exactly. But I think that looks good with that black handle as well, don't you? I wasn't sure at first. But yeah, I think the overall looks of that is very nice. It's a string wrapped handle because this piece of metal here goes all the way down to here. I thought it would strengthen it up. If I just had it here, I'd have to start building that up. So I thought I'd just run it all the way down. Adds a lot of strength then to that bit on itself. Yeah, really happy with that. I'm quite happy with that fuller as well. I wasn't sure how that would come out. Still needs a little bit of cleaning up. I know it's a little bit dirt in the fuller there. Pagan King said, "I'll be honest, it looks like a gross messer to me. I know what it is. It's Mike's worn off." But yeah, I know what you mean. I've looked up Grossmesser, Langmesser, Falchion, and in all honesty, it could be all of them in its own way. As Sam said, Falchions are mostly custom. So yeah, this has definitely got influences on all of those things. From those things. City of Fig said, "I've got to work out to do while I'm off, but it looks bloody hard. I think I'll be dead the next day." Yeah, I won't want to be working. It all depends what work you're doing, but I won't want to be doing a really physical job and working out. If that's what you're saying. Noodles, you right, mate? Things it was a free weights, weight machine, sit up bar and exercise bike. Nice one. Pagan King said, "I'll be honest, it looks like a gross messer to me." That's twice you've done that. Twice he's put messages on twice. Dad said, "I know what it is. It's a bastard sword for hitting bastards." Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't even hint at that one, Henry. Where am I? Jumbo Sabu said, "Lots of knives and swords were almost like car boot condition, mate. Kind of neglected. You would find at a car boot sale. Some really nice swords and DX, though, old school." Yeah, it sounds excellent, Hall. Do you mind if I say, I won't say too much detail, but do you mind if I say on here? Because I've not actually said, so no one really knows what we're talking about, but unless you say. Yeah, I like boot sales, car boot sales, and all that. I haven't been to a good car boot sale for ages. I won't say too much detail, but there's just the general gist, Riggs. Yeah, what I was talking about with Riggs, if anyone wondered, is mate who runs a sort of surplus store and all that, had someone come in with a really, really big haul of weapons to try and sell. Yeah, Reeves was telling me what they had in it, and there was sounded like some fucking excellent stuff. But a couple of things she was going to have to turn into the police. Duncan Horner, you right, mate? Yes, buongiorno. Actually, saying that, buongiorno, I need to start my coffee because I'm, I'm in a nice, good mood, but I'm tired. I need a bit of waking up. See if he goes some finders keepers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do like a good car boot. There's two reasonably close to me. One of them, when you go, never has anything good. What I want, um, never has any sort of weapon kind of stuff, antique swords, none of that kind of stuff. Air rifles, nothing like that at all. I reckon that one must have a rule not to have anything like that. But there's another one near me that does. It does have people selling air rifles on stalls. You know, it probably ain't actually technically legal, I doubt. Or is it? I suppose that's face to face, isn't it? So it probably is still legal. I don't know. But yeah, it's a shame when you go to car boot sales and they don't have like the one I went to last time. It didn't have nothing. You couldn't even get like old tools. Because if I could get old tools are perfect for my builds. But if they don't seem to have them. A lot of car boot sales nowadays seem to be quite almost like market stalls. Richard said, I hate car boot sales. They're always misleading. I've got loads, and I've yet to find anyone selling second-hand car boots. Oh, there you go, Rich. Don't go to the flea market then. Mr. Live here said, the internet ruined car boots. People know how much stuff is worth. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, definitely. The only time a car boot sales any good nowadays is if you go to the car boot and it's actually real people selling their real stuff, if that makes sense. What I mean by real people, like a household trying to get rid of their stuff, they'll sell your stuff cheap. If it's these people who try and make a living out of car boot sales, you ain't gonna get no decent prices off them. That came from a car boot sale. That little sign, the picture thing. That £3, I think it was. Lewis said picked up one of those manual hand drills from a car boot. That's worth getting, isn't it? Yeah, I think if you get the right ones, Lewis, like the right car boots, yeah. One of the ones I go to is total shite, but the other one sounds really good. I must go to that one soon. Not soon, but probably ain't open now, are they? I don't know. Car boots be open at the minute? I suppose it depends where, doesn't it? I doubt it, would it? It's just like an open air event thing, isn't it? I don't know. See if it said be selling the loo roll in the back alley soon. Yeah, definitely. Used loo roll. Jumbo Salvo, yeah, last time I bought something off car boot sale, I got ripped off. Bought a blow up doll, got it home, found it had a runny nose. Fuck's sake. Oh, Christ. Things Hot Warrior said, I just bought some ant traps. We get tiny little ants in the house around here. Nice, yeah, that should sort it then. That should sort them out. Summer, we get a bit, flies. Flies is a thing. So put some fly paper up. But luckily, it's getting colder now, so they've pissed off now. Tactics for turn up in a blue or red fleece with camera crew. You can then haggle. Fuck's sake, yes, excellent. Yeah, what's that? I can't remember what it's called now, but I know the program you're on about. Oh gosh, what's that called? Cash in the attic? It's not cash in the. Oh, bargain hunt. That's it, Lewis. Nice one. Fucking bargain hunt. Yeah, so we pretend we're in bargain hunt. That's a good idea, actually. Thing shot warrior said they get flies and gnats. Yeah, different times of the year you get different things, don't you? I'll tell you what. Luckily, we don't get a lot of over here though. You don't normally see them, as far as I'm aware, in normal houses in the UK. Cockroaches. I've, I think you sometimes get some cockroaches in some restaurants, don't you? But I don't think it's hot enough over here. I may be completely wrong, but cockroaches don't seem to be such a thing in this country. I know they do exist over here, but don't seem to get like as in America where they get houses sort of infested by them. City of Figs said, I like those TV shows that say they found something in a skip. It's obviously brand new. Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit like that. Funny thing, I'll tell you what I was watching a minute ago. Oh god, this brought back some memories, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I started talking to my younger brother about it, who's like 10 years younger than me. Just before I come up, Michael Palin's Pole to Pole was on, and I'll tell you what, I love that program. And if they made like they do make those kind of programs now, but nowadays it's all full of they'd be adding tension in it and deliberately making it look like he missed the train when really they hadn't, shit like that. Do you know what I mean? And none of that in like a 1980s travelogue kind of program. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Liam, I bloody love Michael Palin's Pole to Pole and Around the World in 80 Days and all the other ones. Yeah, I love them. I love them. Yeah, really good though. Jump Sale Boo said, did a car boot sale about 15 years ago selling some big sheath knives I wanted to get rid of. And yeah, there's always one. An idiot picked one up and was acting twat of it. Yeah, I could just imagine that. Jamie, you right, mate? Dad said, oh, mate, this will make you laugh. Darwinism in action. My father was one of the local lifeboat crew members. And I still know some of the other crew. All right, that one's gone over my head there, Dad. Well, I missed a comment there. Sorry. Am I? It's because there's the delay in comments. Oh, part one. There you go. He's carrying on. All right. He's carrying on. I thought I'd missed something there. Yeah, they're good. Liam, do you like them? Because I know you're a bit younger than me. Do you like them though? Do you like Michael Palin's Pole to Pole and that? Or ain't you seen them? You've got them on DVD. JBO, you right, mate? Dumside Booster bought a Panzer Mark II crossbow from a car boot once. 45 quid. Nice. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? I like watching Michael Palin stuff. There's no dramatization in it and no, trying to add unnecessary tension. You watch those kind of programs now, and there's constantly trying to, add in stuff that's not really there. Puts me off. Slingshot Warrior said, we get house ants that are smaller than the size of a grain of rice, but they invade your house in numbers. Joseph, right, mate? He said, Palin, Sahara, and Himalayas were great. Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, I really like them. Yeah. There's a part one, was chatting to one of them, and he told me of a rescue they did last winter. There was a fella who decided to paddle his canoe. All right. I'll carry that on when you do more. James, a question for you, Mike. My wife told me she wants 65-inch Phillips for Christmas. Do you know where I can find a screwdriver that big? I might be able to sort you out off that 40-inch, 30-inch Phillips. I actually have got one. We used to play sword fighting with it because they're like fucking they're like fencing swords. So there you go. You can get one. Liam says, but I prefer a bit of Richard Felix ghost talk things. Yeah, you sent me some links to them, didn't you? Slingshot said, what's that figs? Wood slug powder work, yeah. Tactical said the Liam most haunted got caught faking it more than once. A joke of a program. So Zed said he was chatting to them and they told you about a rescue. There was a fellow who decided to paddle his canoe from Poole to Lymington and back. It was okay for the first part, but on his way back he started to get a bit cold. So he decided to light his camping stove to warm his legs up. What, in a fucking canoe? Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I can see where this could go now. You must have missed someone's tactical when we was doing the old most haunted faking bollocks streams. Talking about it. Harry, you right, mate? Yeah, I'm all right. A little bit tired because I've been in the shed making something. Do you want to see? So I made this today. It's not really finished yet. It needs a little bit more cleaning. I can see a bit of dirt in the fuller there. So I cut that fuller in, reshape the blade. Handle's 100% homemade. Yeah, it's got the sort of T guard, or what you'd call that. Yeah, I can't hold it for too long. It's slightly wet. The handle's slightly wet. That took me, in all honesty, about 6 hours. I started at 2 o'clock. Well, 8 hours. It's between 6 and 8 hours. That's with filming it, though. Whenever you film anything, it adds at least an hour to the making it. But I probably made about 6 hours. I've done it today. Where am I? Harry Dent said that looks nice. So I must have missed that one. Actually, saying that, it was a weird night. I think there was only about 3 of us on. So I remember, in all honesty, I think it was just me and Liam just chatting about it, wasn't it, Liam? Do you remember? It was one of those weird nights when no one was on. Or maybe it was at the end of the night when everyone had gone. That says, how long did that take you to make? The ABO said that looks really good. I'm sorry, Jim. Did I say hello? You're right, mate. I did see you was on. Bloody missed your comment. Missed saying it. Yeah, actually, Liam, I remember it was Fallout 76. I can actually remember the bit when we was talking about it. Yeah. Cheers, Jim and Duncan. Yeah, nice, isn't it? I'll show you it properly soon. Yeah, the handle's ever so slightly wet and it's making my fingers black. James said, anyone ever been to Bury Pomeroy Castle? I haven't, mate. I live just up the road from there, and at night, gunshots, horses galloping, the screams, bloody hell. But as in, like, ghost kind of stuff, you mean? Not actually, Irishman, so that looks good, Mike. Like a grand German Messer, nice one. Right, Irishman. Yeah, we was deciding what it is. I don't know yet. I might do a poll so you can all decide if it's a gross Messer, grand Messer, lang Messer, Fausten, giant bloody, don't know. Dan and Oliver, you right? How's it going, big bollocks? That looks epic. You right, mate? Hello, Donna. You right? Good to see you on. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? I was very happy with that. I made that today. So his head story said, you can guess what happened. The thing caught fire and he had to jump out the thing and swim for it. As his canoe went up in flames. Lucky he had flares of him, let them off. Nutter is all I can say, in all honesty, he said. Unless he was so cold, his judgment completely went, which could happen. Makes me laugh though. See, I love castles. Wish I could live in one. If I won the Euro Millions, I'd buy more medieval architecture. I would, or build. I want my building a castle if I won like the Euro Millions. Liam said, "Did I send you that fucking most haunted at Kelwood and Hatch?" Yes, you did. Yeah. Hello, penis. You right, mate? Have you got a machine gun? Don't know. Did that count as a machine gun? Don't know. I had a machine gun once. I had a Bren gun. Kingshot Warrior, the traps I'm using are designed to kill the colony and thus the queen. Chemical is made to entice the ants to eat. They bring it back to the queen. Well, that'll do the job, mate. Hopefully, yeah, Liam said blatantly ain't fucking haunted. That was made in the 50s. It's laughable, isn't it, sometimes? It's laughable when they do them ones. Yeah. No one's ever died there. No one's ever died in that area, and it was built in the 50s. Not saying that people may have died in that place, but you know what I mean. They go to these places that are brand new, no one's ever died there, so maybe it's Romans. But they claimed it was something else anyway, didn't they? Like I don't know. Duncan said, "Where is it? If I go on maps, I'll shut down my YouTube." What's that, Duncan? What they was on about? I don't know, mate. Lewis said the only good thing about Most Haunted was Derek Cora. Yes. Yeah, and then he got set up. He got set up by that bloke who fed him false information, got him fired, and then took his fucking job. Disgraceful. Because to claim that Derek O'Connor was faking it, well, how dare they say Derek O'Connor's faking it? They're all fucking faking it. I find it laughable that they fired Derek O'Connor for being fake. Every bit of the program's fucking fake. fucking chucking stones and shit. And yeah, that always got me. That Zed said part 4. So the lifeboat went out to get him. They pissed themselves all the way back when they heard what he'd done. I bet they did, Zed. All of which proves you can't have your kayak and eat it too. Was that a fucking joke just for that? Fuck's sake. No, I won't say sorry. Yes, it was. You bastard. Nice one, though, Zed. That was good. Mr. Live here said, best thing from Most Haunted was the Mary Loves Dick clip. That's it. Right, where am I? James said, I was going to buy that, Bren, from you, Mike. Someone bought it. But the bloke who bought it for his kids. Liam said, yeah, they said there was ghosts and evil shape. Tax said, castle near me, I saw Saxon type soldier on the battlements. As a teen, vanished as soon as I saw it. It's weird. Stuff like that is sort of fascinating. Liam said, children's magician threatens another magician as being fake. That's it. That's the kind of thing it is. That's how I see it anyway. Yeah, the Derek Okora thing being sacked for being fake is on par to that, in my opinion. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Hollywood Tactical, you right, mate? He said, what program? I don't know what Most Haunted was on. You've got programs like Most Haunted in America, definitely. But yeah, I don't know what channel that was on. You can get it online though. Yeah, Most Haunted. See if do you feel that? No, I'm cold. Every episode. Richard, they took his job. Yes, exactly. Yeah, they took his job. Bastards. Listen, I liked how he screamed random insults at everyone. The classic Mary Loves Dicks. Lone Wolf, Sam, you right, mate? Good to see you on. He said hello. This going mad today. Derek Okora said, Zed said Derek Okora shit himself in his funniest moments. Funniest, most haunted video I've ever seen. Hollywood Tacticals, I worked in a haunted hotel, lived in a haunted house. Yeah, there's quite a few people on here who have had sort of real paranormal experiences. Quite a few people in the chat will say they have. I haven't personally. Liam said Ghost Adventures is the only modern one I can think of. That nut, Zach Begans. I'll be honest, I don't watch a lot of them. But every now and then I'll skip through and I'll put it on just for a bit of a laugh, in my opinion. Yeah. Did I suggest Scary Fairy Godmother channel? I think I looked that up in the end. I remember you mentioning that before. City Fig said, I'd like to live at Ram's Inn. If you take the freaky stuff out of it, it looks like a beautiful cottage. I've never heard of that place, in all honesty. Hollywood Tactical said, the ghost in my house was left-handed. Can't. Got with him after this. You're not doing a Zed's joke, are you? Freddie said, just saw Mary Loves Dick on YouTube. Yeah, nice one. Irishman, he's talking to Sam there. I'm going to drink a bit of coffee while I've got to the end of the chat. Fuck's sake. But you can't put slow mode on anymore with this interface, but you can't. But for those who haven't seen it yet, this is what's coming up. And what would you say that is? And it's got it's doing his little bit cleaning up. You can see the ink on the blue ink where I marked it. Sparrow said that's an interesting sword in the stream thumbnail. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got to see it now. What do you think, Sparrow? Nice, isn't it? But I don't know what it is. Is it a Langmesser, Grandmesser, Falchion? Freddie said, Mike 200k, lads, come on. I think I'm a bit away from that at a minute. Maybe one day. Lewis, I remember when I was still in jail on my nights. It was pitch black. Oh, it moved then. I remember when I was still in jail on my nights. It was pitch black, and the lift suddenly closed and come up. Dropped one. Since I was only one locked in on the wing. Ended. Yes. Yeah. I bet that. As I say, I have experienced one weird thing, and I never really. I didn't think it was paranormal personally, but other people say it might be. Yeah, that kind of stuff though does scare you because it's the sort of thing of not knowing what it is and why it's happening. Prisons, I bet there's shitloads of people who've died in prisons, especially if it's an old Victorian prison where they used to fucking hang them and shit, isn't it? You know what I mean? Fucking shitloads of people would have died in prisons, weren't there? I bet if there was a haunted place, prisons would be fucking haunted, wouldn't there? You know, especially people committing suicides. Because you think about the deaths in prison, it's all going to be horrible deaths. So it's either people being killed, by the fucking authorities or other prisoners, or people killing themselves. Yeah. I think, I suppose you get the odd natural death, but I doubt it. Lewis, it ended up just being the lift maintenance cycle. There you go. But yeah, it's freaky though, isn't it? It does scare you at the time. James, I just Googled Mary Loves Dick. Sam said it's awesome, Mike. That's what it is. Thank you. Slingshot said, so have you thought about buying a paintball pistol in the future? Possibly. If I got a lot of money given to me, yes, definitely Slingshot. At the minute, I wouldn't have enough. Yeah, Boessa, that's actually quite a good idea there, Sparrow. Yeah. Friend says, you get 100k, what are you going to do with the plaque? I don't know, I'll put it under there or just above it somewhere. I'll be on that board somewhere. I'll move stuff for it. Dad said, Evil Aliens is a great horror sci-fi. I've got that on DVD. I like that. Trinity said, Town Squares is where the most execution was. Yeah, but I know in the old prisons they did used to hang people in the prisons. Yeah, a lot of old prisons they hung them in the prison. But I know what you mean. Yeah. See, you think so? I'm not a believer, but I had one experience and it freaked me out for ages. Middle of the day too. Liam said, yeah, trapdoor tower. Yeah, a lot of that Reading Young Offenders they used to hang people in there. I think, I'm sure they did. And one of the other prisons, I can't remember which one it was, but where am I? James said, Mike, if you ever get a poltergeist, you're fucked. Lewis said, I found a few hanging on 5 a.m. swingers check. You'd shine your torch through the observation flap and just see them floating there. The eyes would burst. I bet that fucking was. Yeah, horrible, I bet. Yeah, I bet that was not pleasant in the fucking slightest. That sounds horrible, in fact, Lewis. Yeah. Yeah, you imagine the amount of people, if ever there was a place where people died unnaturally, be prisons, wouldn't it? When you think about it. Can do so 20 people on, not bad for a Saturday night. Exactly, yeah, it's not bad. There was, I think, last night at one point, I think there was 40 on last night at one point. I may be wrong though. Harry said, have you made a weapon from a film you like or thought about? Not really. Not modern. Yeah, hospitals. Well, hospitals, I didn't even mention hospitals because I knew, hospitals is like the one, isn't it? But at least in hospitals, you'd get a lot of natural deaths, I suppose. But prisons, you wouldn't really get any natural. You very rarely get any natural deaths. But yeah, hospitals, definitely. Lot 100%. Yeah, but for sort of asylums, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, exactly. The frugal videographer, you're right, mate. Harry said, have you? Yeah. Do you know what, Harry? I don't think I have made any weapons from films. I want to, though. Freddie said, oh, battlefields. Yeah, that would have a lot of deaths, actually. Yeah, unnatural deaths, yeah. Lone Wolf said, so who here is back in lockdown? I ain't been out of it really. I ain't been on lockdown, but I ain't been out of it. Yeah, asylums are probably even worse. Yeah, as they were like prisons, but plus hospitals. Lewis said, worst part is you still have to do CPR because you can't pronounce them dead legally, even if they're white as a ghost. And rigor mortis is saying, no, fuck's sake. Yeah, that sounds. I'll tell you what, Lewis, that's an element of that job that a lot of people probably wouldn't even think about. You know, yeah. That's quite fascinating. I bet if you told a lot of people that, I'd probably put them off wanting to do that. I'd imagine it would anyway, don't I? Duncan said, was almost a screw, went elsewhere last minute. Guys in the job said, you find a lot of suicides. Well, there you go, Duncan. Yeah, that's it. Isn't it? I bet though, that's an interesting job. You know what I mean? Um, and I bet not a pleasant job at quite a lot of times as well. Liam said, one of the most believable ghost footage ever filmed, I believed, was in Gettysburg. Oh, nice one. Yeah. There's footage of a soldier with a musket wandering into a war. Things said, you got battlefields in the UK? Yeah, there must be hundreds. I bet most of this country would be battlefields. Yeah. Yes, I would imagine most of this country is probably battlefields at some point in the history of it. Slingshot. Yeah, a classic one straight away. Battle of Hastings. Yeah. Randy said, I've got cricket tomorrow and school the next day. But yeah, I would imagine there's hundreds and hundreds of battlefields in the UK. We've probably fought around most of this country, I'd imagine, during all the wars. See if Figs said, Jesus, really, you had to do like this. Sounds terrible, doesn't it? See if Figs. Jamie said, when I was in the army, I was staying in Tregantle Fort. Sorry if I butchered that, in Cornwall. It was in the middle of the night. I heard coughing outside the door. When I went outside, no one was there. Sam said they just put West Yorkshire back into lockdown. Have they? Ah, bloody hell. So you're on proper lockdown now. Jones is an older prison that previously had condemned cell and gallows have lots of ghost stories. Liam said, yeah, even a place here called Battle. Yeah, for the Battle of Hastings. Yeah, that's it, Liam. Then said, I suppose a few people got gang buggered. Got Stephen Hawkins. They died with their ass looking like a black cow. So, yes, you imagine. Now I've pictured that in my head. I pictured the whole scene. What are you doing to me, Zed? Friend said, Battle Hastings is a brilliant one. Literally typing it when you said it. There you go. Yeah, Battle Hastings, straight away, isn't it? First one you think of. Lewis said, not worth it anymore. Too many kids aged 18 to 19 coming in doing full life sentences for murder. They have nothing to live for and don't care. Saw one of them pouring boiling hot water with sugar in it over. I can imagine that, Lewis. Yeah, over someone on their second day in. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, it's fucked, isn't it? City of Figs, they find ancient kings and treasures under normal roads here in the UK. Well, there you go. Yeah, exactly. City of Figs, nice one, yeah. Irishman said, isn't there a famous battlefield in England where soldiers are often alleged to be seen? I think it was the Civil War battlefield. I'm not sure, Irishman, but I'd imagine so. Jay Marsh, you right, mate? I've seen your Instagram now, lad. Good to see you. Yeah, nice one, Jay. Yeah, I'll start putting some more stuff on soon. I'll put this on soon. Made this today. There it is next to my head, so you can see the actual size of it. I'm going to struggle to keep up today. Chat seems really, yeah. That was it. Pete, he said, what was in the thumbnail? Did you see it then? I'll show you it again in a second. Right, I might miss a couple of comments just to catch up. So, by the way, Mike, Colin 80s Disco on Twitch is worth a follow. All right, I'll check that out. Liam said, yeah, like that poor cop killed yesterday. Shot by some cunt holding a gun up his ass. Yeah, it's fucked, isn't it? It's fucked. Foxy Lady Outdoors, you right? Good to see you on. UK Desi Garage, you right? Yeah, good to see all the people getting on. Where am I? Lewis said, you'd be amazed at what people can fit up their rear end. Biggest I found was an iPhone 8, which I know, when you watch some of them fucking programs and you see what they ram up there, yeah, fuck's sake. I don't know how anyone could get something like that. up their arse and walk about as well like they ain't got nothing up there. Fuck me. Sparrow said it's Mike's bread knife. Video basis looks like a messer. I don't know what it is, Peach. What do you think it is? Yeah, lube and what's the other one? Lube and poppers. Yeah, you tell me. It's got the T-shaped guard as well. So you've got the side guard. You can get 2 hands on it. We're not decided what it is. If I was going to have a phone, well, I wouldn't even bother in prison, John. I don't know why they bother with it. But if I was going to have a phone in prison, it'd be one of those ones about that big. I don't even know what they want them. What do they want them for? What do you need a fucking phone in prison for? The whole entire time I was in prison, it wasn't long. It was only about fucking 6 weeks. I don't think I rung anyone. I didn't want to. I was happy for the fucking peace. Sometimes, though, they'd accidentally leave it to vibrate on, and you'd always know when someone tried to call them. I used to call it the Nokia shakes because they'd scream, do a little dance. That's for fuck's sake, this. Yeah, practice, exactly. Duncan said they ain't going to be smuggling one of those knives, though. Definitely no. That'd be coming out their mouth, I think. Freddie said, near where I live, there's a village called Warning Camp. It's where the knights used to camp, and there's certain coloured arrows to warn people in Arundel Castle. They were under attack. Oh, nice one. But I would be pretty confident to say if you looked up a map of battlefields in the UK, that would probably cover the most of the UK. The amount of battles we've had over the last 2,000 years, at least, you know, that's going to be covering most of the fucking country, isn't it? Liam said, no idea as they are partially sedate you. What was that, Liam? Oh, I've had the doctor's hand, the camera up mine. Oh, yeah, but yeah, that's slightly different, isn't it? But yeah, I know what you mean. I was in the days of old before phones, they would stick carrier pigeons up their rings. Imagine it. Oh, for fuck's sake. I pictured that as well. Pete said to record the bumming. Maybe it is, yeah. Dan and Oliver said, that's a fucking beast. That's what it is. Thank you, mate. Jed said to Duncan Orney, you thought you were going to be caught and chat yourself. I would certainly be Messer. Fuck's sake. Liam said, just did several per country. What's that? I'm missing it now. There's so many comments. County, yes. Oh, just did. And there were several per county. There you go. That's what I thought, Liam. Yeah, nice one, mate. Nice one. Yeah, I thought there would, but yeah, loads around London. Yeah, I bet there is. I bet everywhere in this country's got them. You know, it's just the history of this country. You know, Lewis had some bloke trying to bring a rubber glove that he'd relieved himself in, so he could pass it to his girlfriend, so she could try and get pregnant from. For fuck's sake, nutters, isn't they? When I was in there for the first little bit, when I was on the not the association, you know, like the I don't know what you call it, but you know, when if you haven't been in prison, you get put in like the wing where they sort of keep you there for a couple of days, letting you know, get used to it and what you got to do. You know what I mean? Learning what you're supposed to do and all that. I can't remember what they call it. Induction wing. That's it. In the induction wing, my cellmate must have known he was going to prison. Then he had a load of marijuana stuffed up his ass, and he would get that out at night, and he'd lay in the fucking top bunk, groaning, and yeah, then get it out, smoke it, groan again while he pushed it back up there. He was completely nuts. So definitely had like mental issues, because he would walk around the cell with a box of matches in his hand, walking up and down the cell going, I'm not going to burn the cell down, I'm not going to burn the cell down, I'm not going to burn the cell down. He obviously, you know, mentally fucking ill. And eventually they took him off because he ended up covering himself in his own shit, basically. So yeah, that was my induction. Tactical said, no, it wasn't a wooden cell. Tactical said saw some leaked footage of Durham Nick when they're forcing spice into the older lags for a laugh. Yeah, that's how prison is nowadays. Don't sound very fucking pleasant. Different prisons. I suppose different prisons are different, aren't they? You know what I mean? I was in like a mild, like a mild prison sort of thing. It wasn't like a fucking, category A thing. But all prisons have their issues, I suppose, don't they? No, it wasn't a wooden cell. If I've ever spoke about a wooden cell before, though, I don't know if you're taking a piss there, Peter, or not. No, one of the courts. Sorry, my nose keeps itching. One of the courts that had cells underneath. I have these weird memories of all of the cells being wooden, so it had wooden doors with old metal bars on. But I still to this day don't know if I'm remembering it wrong, because I was probably having some kind of alcohol withdrawal as well at the time anyway. It seems weird, prison cells like having like old wooden doors, like you'd imagine a proper really, really old, like medieval cell to be. But this was the cells under the courts. Did you used to do that as well, Lewis? I know that's group 4, and the old van, taking them in the vans and shit. But yeah, that's group 4 in that, isn't it? G-Fig said, bad idea, just put them guys straight in prison. Yeah, this bloke, he should have been in a mental hospital, in all honesty. He was fucked. He couldn't read or write, nothing. But I suppose, Freddie said, in a lake called Swanbourne, there's a German plane which crashed in it, and they tried to get it out a few years back. The machine is worth a couple of £100 million, but didn't work. Oh, nice one, Freddie. Yeah. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Oh, because he was going to burn. Well, yeah, no, I get you now, Pete. Yeah, I thought you were joking. I think he meant like set fire to their beds and shit. You know what I mean? Because there's beds in there, beds and blankets. And, yeah. King Shot said, look up Ghost of Alcatraz. Duncan, there are too many wrong ones about these days, spice and gangs. Yeah, the issue, drugs in a prison ain't going to fucking help, is it? Do you know what I mean? Because wasn't that spice at one point, was it legal? It was technically legal in the prisons, wasn't it, I think? So they weren't, I suppose it'd still be contraband, but technically not illegal. It is now, I know, isn't it? Spice must flow. Yeah, imagine that. Wonder how many guild navigators in prison. Yeah, trying to get it. Lewis said, what was that? What is that? Geo Army, I don't know, would sometimes refuse to transfer prisoners that would fight on the vans. So get all kitted up and sit in the vans. Oh, no. Oh, so you did have to do a similar thing then? Yeah. Tactics are none, as they would just fold space out of there. Exactly, yeah, they wouldn't be in there, would they? Well, my Freddie said the pilot got a plan. The pilot of the plane got stuck in a tree with his parachute, and it hung him. The next morning, locals spotted him and shot down by English Spitfires. Singing Shot said American prisons have a high murder rate. Your prisons are quite set up. They're set up quite a lot differently to UK prisons. Sorry, I've caught up now and everyone's gone quiet. I doubt American prisons could handle Bronson. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Just write that down before I forget. Zeto thinks or saves the cost of executions, I suppose. Kenjiro said, "Do you remember the prisoner called Nails from WWF?" No, I don't. No. Duncan said, especially if they ran out of tea. Yeah, exactly. Stug said, when you getting Joe Rogan on? I've asked him. He ain't got back to me yet. Fuck's sake. He likes to get very controversial, don't he, old Joe Rogan? James said, there's a crime museum in Torquay. The owner is Charles Bronson's son. Oh, nice. I don't know if that's the place. If that's the crime museum, right, do you know what I was going to do? I wish I'd done it now. There's a crime museum that's got, like, maybe that one, and it has, like, some of the crazed stuff. And when they was going to ban knuckle dusters, I was going to send that place all of my knuckle dusters just to put on display. In the end, I didn't bother. I cut them all up with fucking pair of bolt croppers. I should have sent them to that museum, but I didn't know what they'd be like. I don't know if they would have been funny about it, because yeah, something made me not want to. Lewis said we had a prisoner that made Bronson look like a schoolgirl. He was just 7 foot, complete muscle band. Fuck's sake, Lewis. Yeah. Shot said if you like getting shanked, Zed. Peach said, I like the video where Bronson talks about talking to Tom Hardy about his film. Was it Bronson who got on top of the roof of the mental institute, did about £10 million worth of damage? Yes, it was. I think it was. Yes, yeah. They said all this stuff about prisons, and there's me thinking Porridge was documentary. Smiley, you right, mate? Slingshot said all American prisons are divided by racing gangs. James said, yes, it has stuff from the Cray brothers, other criminals, loads of Bronson personal items. Painting stuff. Yeah, I was going to send them all my knuckle dusters when they made them illegal. Just before they made them illegal, I was going to send them to them. The issue was I didn't know whether sending 150 knuckle dusters in the post to a museum would be a sensible thing to do. I sort of wish I had now, though. I'll melt them all down one day and make a giant one, because that ain't illegal, because you can't actually put your hand on it. Like, put it on your hand. She thinks that some of those guys would have made the most beastly warriors back in the day. They'd have been used to conquer. You're right there. City thinks, yes, I like that. Yeah, that they would have. Yeah. Yeah. Is Charles Bronson likely to ever get out, do they reckon? Is he still committing crimes in prison? I don't know. As long as he does that, they ain't going to let him out, are they? I sometimes wonder if they're doing it to make an example of him, but I don't really know enough about it to know anyway. So that's slingshot, okay, but only if you wear high heel, thigh-length boots and a rubber wetsuit. Brenda said, do you know any stories of people escaping prison? Not personally, I don't. But there's a load of good stories, yeah. What's that? There's quite a famous English prisoner, wasn't there, who escaped? Darryl would know if he was on. There's a film starring Roger Daltrey. Is it Roger Daltrey, the one from The Who? Look up Roger Daltrey films. Find the prison film that he was in. McVicker, English bloke. He escaped from prison. Slingshot said, so if you're white, you have to join the Woods. Lewis said, I think they're looking at next year, April next year for him. No, yeah. Funny thing is, I thought I'd heard something like that. Was that when they was younger, Liam? You said one of the Crays got out. What, got out of prison or escaped, you mean? Because I know they'd been in and out, hadn't they? James said, prisoners say to the warden, it's very cold in my cell. The warden replies, don't worry, I'll put another bar on. Nice. Oh, yeah. That's it, yeah. I can't remember his name. Yes, I know, yeah. Yeah, they got that bloke out. It was a bit mental and had to kill him, didn't they? I think they reckon that was Freddie Foreman who actually shot him, I think. Freddie Foreman reckons he was the one who shot him for the craze anyway. City Fixers, kids down the road from me. I called Ronnie and Reggie. Yeah. Well, me and Malcolm often get called, not nowadays, but I have had people say to me, you and Malcolm was the Cray twins around here when you was younger. Liam said, now the guy who worked for them, they busted. That's it. I know who you mean now. His name's something Mitchell or Mitchell something. Bob the Metal Guy. You right, Bob? Good to see you on. That's it. He was talking too much and he was just a mental case. So I had to kill him. Ted said, when I was at school, we read the Colditz story. Fascinating book. Now that was a prison. Yeah, exactly. That said, I read loads of escape POW, but it's currently one about a guy during the American Civil War. Friend said, I only know one. There's a guy in America who's so skinny he squeezed out the food bit. Oh, like tennis. Did it twice. Joseph said Bronson is too institutionalized to survive outside. He'd have to have someone looking after him. That film I was on about yesterday, Mesrine, Jacques Marine, he escaped from prison multiple times. Frugal videographer said, have you seen the movie Chopper? Yes, I have. I've got Chopper on DVD. I've even read one of his books. Yeah, I've read a Chopper book. James said, I got loads of knives and shanks that prisoner's made. Sounds very interesting, James. I'll look into that one day. City of Figs said, check out Count Dankula Mad Lads videos if you like stories of crazy and strong blokes. Liam said, sounds like Tombs from the X-Files. Bob said, pirate, all good here. Vincent said, if you prove yourself to be a skilled fighter, you can join the Aryan Brotherhood and elite white business. I know who the Aryan Brotherhood is, yeah. Yeah. Irishman said, just finished watching the Colditz TV series from the 70s on Daily Motion. But yeah, the Aryan Brotherhood, that would have, surely that's, similar to what's in American History X and that. And yeah. Stug said, I Count Duckula Mad Lad series is amazing. Yeah, I know Liam and Peach watch them and a couple of others. Obviously, quite a few of you lot do. Yeah, I'll have to check them out one day. By the way, I'm probably going to have to go off at about 11 tonight. I'll see how I feel at 11. Be prepared, I may go off at 11 though, because I am a little bit tired. I only realised what time was then because it suddenly went quiet. But we'll see. I may stay on later if I suddenly woke up by then. Stuart, you right, mate? He said, just spoke to Keegan. Oh, I left a public message. Oh, nice. I really appreciate you making people aware of her. You're a gentleman. Ex-forces and recovering alcoholic of PTSD, 12 years and 6 months. Oh, good on you, Stuart. Yeah. Yeah, I've fallen back into it slightly, but I gave up for 6 years at one point. And yeah. Well, thank you, Stuart, as well. Yeah. Yeah, she seems like, I saw her thing and I thought, she deserves some viewers. And it might help. So, yeah, well, thank you, Stuart. I appreciate that. Yeah, anything to help someone who's struggling with things, I know how it feels. Yeah, and good on you as well. Liam said, I'll probably end up like that bloke shooting the planning permission guy with Webley. Don't say that. What, when they wouldn't let you build your stuff on your bunker? So come and take his bunker away. Let's not even joke about that. I was going to say, Count Dankler did a good job recently about the Glencoe massacre. I'll have to look it up. I'll look it up. James said, Mike, you should do live chats every night. I don't know if I could. When they're good like this, it's brilliant. I really enjoy them. But some nights you have really like depressing, where people drive me mad streams. yeah, and they put me off for a week. But I wouldn't mind doing them every night. I don't think I could, Jamie. But they're fun to do. Mikey Myers, right, mate? Behind these banners are what you can see. I have to put a banner up because you're not allowed to have them on live streams. But they're things like airsoft replicas, deactivated stuff like that. Things like the woods. The woods are your white person ground troop, the Aryan Brotherhood, all that special forces. Mikey said, "How you doing?" I'm good, mate. I'm good. Tired. I've been making things today. Friend said, "Just went and sub to Keegan. I'll check her out later." Yeah, as you know, I am an alcoholic, and I know how difficult it is to stop. And I found her by pure just random, just on Reddit. I just went on Reddit and saw her video and thought, oh, I'll watch that. And then I thought I can 100% relate to what you're saying. So yeah, I'll share her stuff and hopefully she can get some people talking to her who relate as well. Yeah. Yeah, completely random. Yeah. But I know. It took me quite a while to stop. And then I've got back into it slightly. But as I say, I know what it's like. And it's nice to support people, isn't it? Where am I? Tax said Posty paid me a visit today and left me a charcoal starter. Grill for a pre-made hobo stove. I get you. Saw Mad Dog Survival video on it. I'll have to check that out. Tactical. Stuart said to City of Figs, thank you. City of Figs, I prefer smaller channels. Can actually interact. That's the thing. Yeah, you can actually, like with me, I can actually reply to every single person on here. I certainly try to anyway. Mikey said, what do I need to do to buy a machete from Prepper Shop, buddy? Go on Prepper Shop, sign in. Probably don't even need to sign up. Pay with PayPal. Yeah, it's quite easy. For obviously, I won't relate. No, but you don't have to. You could still, offer support on that, can't you, Freddie? You don't have to fully know people's things. I do. That's all I meant is I do. But you don't need to be able to have experienced these things to support someone, can you? So you're off now, Jamie. Good night, mate. He said, got work at stupid o'clock in the morning. Stay safe. Yeah, get the tables. See you later, mate. Seeing such what's the difference between a male alcoholic and a female alcoholic? I don't know, but don't say nothing offensive though. Tactical said, I sent you a photo. Oh, nice one. I'll have a look. I don't know where my phone is. Here it is. That's talking of drinking. I remember the last time I was at the pub, past, present, and the future walked in. It was tense. Fuck's sake. Who said they sent a picture? Tactical. Oh, nice. Oh, of the thing you're on about, yeah. But I'm an alcoholic. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I've done loads of stuff to try and. I had to go to a bloody going out to talk to a psychiatrist in a secure mental hospital for a day once, and and ended up having to go to prison for a fight that got this permanent scar on my face due to drinking, and that was the only thing that's made me stop in the end. But the problem is, what normally, if you're an alcoholic, the thing that causes you to stop is hitting rock bottom. Now, hitting rock bottom can be different things to different people, but it took me having to go to prison to be able to finally stop. Only for a little bit, penis, about 6 weeks when I was 20. But that was enough, because if I'd have got convicted of what the prosecution wanted to get me done for, I would have done a minimum of 7 years. But I was innocent. What am I doing? I'm trying to get this bloody picture up. Where am I? Oh, I just found out we have a library in my town. They kept that quiet. Fuck you. You're not in your bloody jokes. Lone Wolf said, I tried a bottle of beer recently. Bloody awful. Glad I don't drink. Yeah, good on you, Sam. Yeah. That's okay. Not my best one. But I did say I was knackered. Thinks I had a brother who was an alcoholic, so I understand. Freddie said, where do you reckon you'd be now if you didn't stop? Dead? Maybe. Yeah, possibly. Dead or in prison for a long time. I don't know. If I'd got 7 years in prison, I would probably be here now, just 7 years delayed, if that makes sense. Don't know. Had I carried on and there hadn't been like a prison thing to get me to stop, yeah, because when I used to get in shit, I wasn't scared to, like if we had a fight, it involved weapons and, you know, people would be getting fucking hurt, put it that way. Seriously hurt. So yeah, if it wasn't me, it'd be someone else. So, but that was all down to drinks, you see. And the fact that I've been drinking from the age of, by the time I was 15, I was getting blind drunk every day. Or if not, if I wasn't drunk, I was sniffing petrol or on other drugs, shit like that. So every day I was high on something, put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, so I can relate to that kind of thing when, but I'm all right now. As I say, I do relapse, so I'm a bit of a binge drinker now, but it's not a Yeah, the thing is, thank you, Stuart. The thing is, I was always a nice person, but drink when I was younger, I'd drink to the degree where I didn't know what I was doing, and then we would do stupid things. And then it got to a point where we'd done stupid things to people who wanted to hurt us. So then I had to make sure I was safe, if that made sense. And then it made me very paranoid. Yeah. But yeah. I think most people can judge the kind of person I am anyway. You only have to watch my videos for a little bit. Yeah, enough survival, you right, mate? Stuart, anyway, I appreciate you replying. Sorry if I tell you. Nah, that's good, Stuart. I don't mind what we talk about. I'm fine with what we talk about. I like it changes. We talk about this quite often in a way, but no, it's all good. Joseph said nothing scary in blackouts. I know. What's my biggest regret? I don't know, in all honesty. I'll be honest though, with all the stupid fucked up things I've done, I don't really regret any of them. I do regret that I probably did. I've probably given myself slight brain damage, in all honesty. I know that sounds a bit weird, but drinking that much at that young age, it probably has affected my brain slightly. I do have a slight memory thing, but then that's probably because I was drunk all the time. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really have many regrets, in all honesty, really, because it's all life experience, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. Mr. Datblink, right, mate? He said, I used to be a werewolf, but I'm all right now. Duncan said I was the same, always more. The older, now older, I can enjoy a few drinks. Yes, I'm still more when I do drink, but I can control myself. I can, I'd rather stop completely, but I just can't at the minute. But I never get into any trouble. Not even, I don't even argue with anyone. How I am now is how I am when I'm, if I drink. It's just I'm talk more, then I start slurring. You know what I mean? Tactical, I know the biggest regret, but can't remember her name. Dad said, when I get drunk, I can only remember 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Nice. Friend said, do you still know any of your Xenokez? What's that? Enemies? Yeah. Fuck's sake. I live on the same road as some of them. Duncan said these jokes are so bad I still laugh. They're terrible, aren't they, Duncan? Fucking terrible. And I have to fucking read them out. Yeah, I just got back early from a London protest. Shameful. I bet it fucking was. I bet it was, dear love. Bloody hell. Slingshot said there was an awesome SNL skit. Relapse guy, Chris Farley. That was buried after his death. City Effect said, I just get drowsier now. Can't sometimes sleep. Sleep in the toilets while clubbing. Fuck's sake. Yeah. If I see anyone who needs support for that kind of stuff, I'm very willing to help them. Considering I'm in a position that I can share things with people a bit and get them a bit of exposure. I mean, we might as well use these things for a bit of good, don't we? Not that I'm doing bad, but you know what I mean. If I can support someone and get them some people to talk to, I'm very willing to do that. I especially know what it's like to not be able to talk about your problems to people. I have the fucking issue right now half the time. My family are a bit like that. They don't want to, we're not sort of talk about your feelings type of. But I don't care, Yeah. Tactical said you should change your name to Dad Joke Collector. I fucking should. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to though. Unwilling Dad Joke Collector. Freddie said, and a bottle to the head doesn't help your brain. Or they get yes. I've probably had quite a few knocks on the head as well. Liam said, just stop type attitude. Oh, you mean what I was saying? I don't know. Too depressing sort of thing. I don't know. People are weird, aren't they? Robbie Skull, you're right, mate. He said, unless you live it, you don't understand. Exactly. Duncan said, one good modern thing is people talking about stuff has become normal, whereas it didn't used to. Exactly, Duncan. Exactly. I'll stay on for a bit. I don't mind doing a little bit of a later one. See you later, Slingshot. Good night, mate. Friend said, what was your worst injury last one you had? I don't know. The only reason that looks like that is because it was all infected, because it was a bite. And at the time it happened, I got arrested and the police wouldn't let me see a doctor. Well, they let me see their doctor. Their doctor literally went like that and went, yeah, that's all right. Put it back in cells. Cunt didn't even clean it. So by the time there's nothing to clean it in the cells. Because I was in prison, in the police station on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. It wasn't until Boxing Day or after that I went to the hospital, and it was all properly infected by then. And then I had to be on antibiotics and I had to keep cleaning it out, right out. You know what I mean? When I was in there, it probably wouldn't have looked like that. I don't know. I've had cuts from knives and that, stitches. I've had to have stitches in my mouth, stitches in my hand. But nothing really bad, luckily. You're off as well, Liam. Good night, mate. And as I say, it's all to do with drink, and it can ruin you, really. See, things I just recently hit 300 subscribers. Nice, yeah. No, it's good, isn't it? No, I know what you mean. No, I remember the first time I ever got 100 subscribers. Yeah, I'll always remember that. It's great. And then 1,000. Yeah, good. Every 100 you get will be. Sorry, I've got putting a bit of germaline on a cut I've got on my finger. Every 100 you get is it's a celebration, isn't it? That said, bite wounds nearly always get infected due to the bacteria in humans' mouths. That doctor was an a-hole. Yeah, I taste the piss, doesn't it, Tactical? Taste the piss. Yeah, literally went, yeah, that's all right. Because I wasn't bleeding to death. Same thing. They went out to have a stitch in my mouth, right? You wouldn't be able to see it on there, but I had a big like gouge in my like a triangle gouge inside my mouth, and they did the same with that. They went, had a look, yeah, that's all right. And then when I was let out of the police station the next day, the went to the hospital, and I was like, well, why didn't they bring you to the hospital? You know, as I say, as long as you don't bleeding to death, they don't care. So I had to sit in a police station for like 12 hours with, gaping wound in my mouth that needed stitches. Completely different time than this. I'll stand for a little bit longer unless everyone's going off. See if fixer. Trouble is scars look great in my opinion. I like scars. So do I. Yeah, you're right there. I like scars. Facial scars are quite cool, I think. I know that might sound really bizarre to some people. Yeah, I think facial scars and scars in general, I think, because they tell a story, don't they? Obviously some scars are very disfiguring, and I know the people who have it really won't like it, but Yeah, thank you for joining in, Stuart. You staying on, or I'll be on for a little bit longer. But yeah. Yeah, Fridays and Saturdays normally the general live stream that we have. We just talk about anything. I quite often bring up the same thing, quite often the same topics come up, and I don't mind talking about that, about anything really. Well, the things I don't want to talk about, which is the boring things like politics and religion. You know what I mean? But my life and stuff, I think, well, why not? You know what I mean? Zed says you should do a series where people show off their scars. I was drunkenly singing, "Show me the way to go home." Yes, exactly. Fuck's sake, Jules. Yeah. Daryl, so I made the video of the protest, and in the video, the police threatened me. I'm coming back for you, the plum said. I'll watch that, Daryl. After this, I'll watch that then. Friend said the worst scare I've got is when you got a chunk out of your head by a golf club. Matt got hit on the head just here when he was a kid with a golf club, and that came up with a bloody egg. That said, I have a wrinkle on my face. It looks exactly like a Jordan scar. No wonder people think I'm nuts. Well, I sometimes, depending on what mood I'm in, this can look like. If I've been sort of frowning a lot and then I drop it down, that can look like a scar. Yeah, I'll have a good old Jordan scar. One across here. Oh, man. I don't know. Sounds really weird, I suppose. Like I said, it's hard to find different topics, lol. Yeah, well, and the same things often come up because obviously, I don't mind it though. I suppose a lot of you probably had it all before from me anyway, but why not? Talk about, I don't mind talking about like some things I can't say. I don't want to. But anything I've been sort of done for, sort of thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's part of your life. I wouldn't hide it because I accept it's part of me, and and most people see. If I was, this is the way I think about it. If I was some sort of dickhead, you'd all know it because you know what I mean. You can spot someone who's a fucking idiot straight away. In all honesty, but you lot can tell I'm. Well, I hope you do. You can tell I'm an all right person, but I have had a past where a teenage alcoholic, and used to do no end of really stupid, dodgy things. Friend said, yeah, same place, but got a scar, massive cut. Ah, right, as well, yeah. I'll find a picture, I'll send it to you. Tactical said, goes from my eye past my mouth. I have a few I've asked, I got it. Old days, much. It's fascinating, isn't it, though? Yeah. You got one like that, have you? Yeah, weird. Or is it like that way? But yeah, yeah. But I suppose to my sorry, I'll rephrase that. To outsiders, like if you soon, I think as soon as people get to know me, you know who I am. You know I'm all right bloke. You know there's nothing. You know, not like a violent person or a weird sort of. You know, like a thug or anything. From the outsider though, you see these things and you see like that, and you wrong hand. Let's say. Forgot which hand my tattoo was on then. But you know what I mean. But that's not. Well, it is me, but it's not. I'm not. I'm not like that. Right, I'll be going off in a minute because everyone's been quite quiet now. What's everyone doing tomorrow? I don't think I'll be. What have I got? Oh shit! I've got to do a load of cleaning up tomorrow because I've got to have someone come around to look at our kitchen because it needs. My mum wants to get a new kitchen basically. So I've got quite a large scar on my left arm. It's about 5 inches long. I look like a big centipede. Ah, bloody! Yeah, my mate's got one like that. Is that from breaking it and having a bone come out? My left index finger has bone grown on top of it when I cut it with a knife. It's really weird. You can feel the bone on top of the joint. That's very strange, really. See if you're getting new tattoos next month, only small, but it's like nice one, yeah. You're fixing a steam engine, are you, Carl? Nice one, that sounds interesting. Stark said I'll be seeing my nephew for the first time tomorrow. The baby, is it? Nice one, Stark. I'm assuming that's what you mean. The first time. Nice one. Tax Life said, whose steam engine is it? Talking about steam engines, who do you think that makes me instantly think of? Come on, you got to know. Ted said, I'll know what I'll be doing tomorrow. Sleeping a lot. Nice one, Stug. Congratulations, mate. Friend said, when I cut it with a knife, the bone got cut. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably healed with. I know exactly what you mean. Fred Dibner is who I was thinking of. As soon as someone says steam engines. See, thinks that's great. Some of my best memories are Uncle taking me fishing. Are you steam engineer, are you, Carl? Did not know that. Nice one. Yeah, Fred Dibner. Fred Dibner, very, very interesting man. He's worthy of the statue he's got. He's got a statue, Fred has, up in Bolton. Well, he deserves a statue, I tell you. So, yeah, there you go. I will put on in a minute a poll and we're trying to decide what this is. If it's a falchion, a grand messer, lang messer, um, giant fancy Bowie. Who knows? Tax says I used to watch Fred Dibner when I was a child. I love Fred Dibner stuff. If you want to see some really interesting things, whether you're interested in Fred Dibner or not, go and have a look at Fred Dibner burning down chimneys. Carl said I've worked on the boiler company Fred used to go to. Ah, nice one, Carl. I thought you might say something like that because I bet, in all honesty, I bet them places aren't that common nowadays, are they? First, I've got plenty of scars on my knees from tackling people on the concrete, falling off bikes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the elbow and knee scars. Stark said, "Did you do that groove yourself?" Yeah, I'd done the groove as well. Yeah, yeah. I put the fuller in it as well. Joseph said, "Yeah, Fred sure had a head farts. Yeah, he fucking did, didn't he?" At points, he's climbing up a ladder, and then he climbs up a ladder that way. So it's pointing outwards, and he's underneath. No safety stuff, nothing at all. Probably had a roll up in his mouth all the way up there. You watch him, Fred Dibner's. Yeah, just search Fred Dibner, and then you'll find if people haven't seen Fred Dibner stuff, it's amazing. You wouldn't believe it. And he used to do all of the chimney felling by the old methods, which was taking the bricks away, putting sleepers in, and then burning the sleepers away so it fell down. Good night, Peach. Mr. Daplink said he needed special trousers to accommodate shoes bollocks. I think he did. Probably what the bag in his back was for. Stark says it nice. Is it difficult to do? What I did, I put a piece of metal on, put it in the vise, just run an angle grinder along the piece of metal. So it's reasonably easy. Just have to take your time. Carl said, "No, there's a few boiler smiths. Most of the new boilers are German made." Oh no, nice one. And welded instead of riveted. That said, got more mental scars than I think I have, Zed, in all honesty. I got more mental scars than physical ones. Dude said, strong as fuck going up those stacks. Yeah, exactly. Carl said Fred loved weapons too. I did not know that, but I imagine he probably did. Bigoted brainwashing corporation. Fred Dibner. He's amazing, isn't he? Yeah, I love Fred Dibner. Sparrow said, "I've got a beast of a scar on my forehead. Upwards was a car crash at 60 mile an hour. I was not wearing a seatbelt. Off the road, 15 down into a field gully. Went head first at the windscreen. Ah, fuck's sake. You're probably lucky to be alive there, aren't you?" Yeah, City Fix said you're lucky, yeah. Yeah. I know it's like smashing the windscreen with your head. I didn't go through it, but I have smashed the windscreen with my head before. That was because it wasn't that I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Well, I technically wasn't wearing a seatbelt, but it's because there wasn't a seatbelt there for me to wear. My cousin had cut the fucking thing off to use as a tow rope, and he'd been getting a load of fake MOTs so he could drive it. And yeah, so I never had a seatbelt. But it was in them days where you didn't sort of, I didn't even think about it until I smashed the windscreen with my head. Oh, does anyone remember Jack Hargreaves and the programming he used to do in the 70s and early 80s? No, I don't know who that is, Irishman. I'm going to search him quickly and have a look. No, you know what? I've never seen him before. It looks very interesting, though. Jack Hargreaves, OBE. Yeah. He looks very interesting, yeah. Wearing his hat and his pipe, and looks like he's fishing and in a workshop. Carter, bloody hell, Mike. That's pretty scary. Yeah, fucking mad, isn't it? But yeah. Made me black out for a second, and I had to go and sit on the floor outside the van because we went head on. It wasn't that fast, but it was fast enough for obviously me to come out the seat and smash the fucking windscreen with my head and go back down. Went fucking straight into a fucking articulated lorry. But the articulated lorry was going about 5 miles an hour, but we was probably going about 30. It was going down a bend. Genitals and cocaine, hello. Jojo says, that the gardener guy? I don't know. You mean the Jack Hargreaves? So I said, flipped front to back 3 times and squashed the roof down on the bottom of the windows. If the adrenaline hadn't kicked in, I dragged myself out of the car with a duff leg and a head in half, I'd be dead. Oh, bloody hell, Sparrow. Yeah, it's terrible. So I met him. He was a miserable kid in real life. Irishman said, that's it. That's brilliant. I was getting confused with Fred Dibner. Yeah. Right, I better go off. Sorry I'm not on for longer tonight. I'm later than I normally do, but I started later. So I've only done an hour and a half. But I spoiled you all yesterday doing long ones. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Yeah. But if anyone wants to go and give Keegan a bit of support, the young woman from America who's given up drinking recently, look on my community tab and you'll find her. Yeah, it don't matter if you don't want to. It's just I shared her stuff you know, because she's doing videos, and I thought it'd be nice for her to have people to chat to, you know, who can understand it and that, and give her a bit of support. So yeah, it's on my community tab if you want to see it. You might have to go one down, maybe the latest one though. Right, thanks for watching, everyone. Sparrow said, "Do you know what the worst thing was? It was a Fiat." Kyle said, "Where'd you get your Rambo replica?" I don't. Malcolm got it for me, so you'd have to ask him. Yeah. Good night, everyone. I hope you have a good evening, whatever you're doing. I'm going to have a nice rest now. Eye up for my whatever it is for the rest of the evening. Yeah. See you later. Thank you for watching.